All right, welcome to the infographics plugin package install and walkthrough guide. This one is just plain awesome cool. Started off a small request that someone gave me to showcase the top 5 in their point standings, and then I kind of looked at the tower telemetry one we built about a month ago and said, hey, I think I've got an idea here. So we'll run through the install as usual. You're going to start off by downloading the zip file, open it up, saving it somewhere you can get to. Then you're going to open up your SDK project and your SDK settings, scroll down to the overlay section, find the plugins row, click on plugins, and then the ellipses. That will open up your plugin manager. You're going to go down to the bottom left and click import and find that infographics plugin loaded in. Then once you're here, you're going to go up to the top right, click components. There are 2 different remote components in this one, a tower and a standalone. You can load in just one, both of them, whatever you like. This is kind of set up for you. If you do load in both and find that you're going to keep both, you can probably delete about half of the remote of one of them and consolidate some space, but we'll get to that in just a minute. So load these in. Again, as always, they will load down in the bottom leftmost portion of your remote control panel. They're these 2 green guys right here. We'll just kind of see if we can slide this up out of the way so we can keep an eye on things. So this one, by the first option is the inside the 2025 NASCAR Tower remote. This is going to nest all these things here in the bottom left. So we'll start off with the weather. Try to just pick the things that matter: track temp, air temp, what the skies are doing, what the wind is doing, and then the surface. And this will run through, I think there's 6 different levels: dry, just barely wet, moderately wet, then sort of kind of half wet. You know, iRacing has a bunch of things, but whatever it is, it's here for you to know if you're going through a race that's going to have, you know, a wet to dry condition. If you're doing a Bathurst 12 or whatever it is, we've got you covered here. Then the track info, this is going to load up the track name, the variant, if there is a variant, you know, so you know exactly which version of the track you have. It pulls in the track map. One thing to note, this plugin cannibalizes and destroys the native SDK race info overlay and steals the map from it. So you are not going to be able to use that old race info, and there's great news because you can use this as a new one. We'll get to that after we run through them. Then at the bottom of the track info, you've got the length, altitude, and the pit road speed limit. And again, these should update. Well, we check it right now, actually. Should update if you change the settings in SDK from kilometers to miles per hour, etc., etc. Right there, it does it. So if you switch your speed from miles per hour to kilometers per hour, it will update the speed limit and the track length and altitude to go with it. Glad we checked that. It's working. Next up is the booth. So this is one thing I feel like none of us do enough of, is to get our brand, our face out there to the audience so they know who they're listening to. And this is a great way to do that. You can just throw in a logo here using the CSS, same way you do logos anywhere else in SDK, and have that here for your audience to see. Next up in these panels is going to be the championship top 5. So this is always helpful if you're looking just to show the audience who should you be paying attention to, who are the people in the running for the playoffs or whatever. And to do this, all you do is just type in the driver numbers. You see there's no 54 in this race, which I was using as an example. So we'll see if we can add 1 or 2 other ones. Yeah, so you can see 86 is off track. That's me. And then the other drivers are there. Shows you where they're running right now, so you can just keep a tabs. Again, maybe in the future we'll do some sort of live points update situation, but for now we're just calling out the drivers and their position as well. Then the last of these custom panels is the event rules. And this is just going to show your setup type, your additional tires, your fast repairs. And again, these are manually typed in. SDK doesn't have these in their variable sets yet. Maybe in the future they will. We can automate this. But these are things you're just going to put in by hand up here in the top, and you can do it real quick pre-race. Pretty simple stuff, and leave it alone if you're in a league that does it the same every race. I will mention this green-white checker that's down here. This is actually a custom field. Green-white checkers are really important for NASCAR races, not so important for anything else. So you might want to change something else. Maybe you want, how many heats there are. And again, you just have the manual updates, whatever you want to put in. You know, the race length maybe. If you're running a 24-hour, you know, you can kind of just whatever you need that extra space for, depending on the type of race you're running. It's here. You can type in whatever you want. Down below there, you'll see something familiar. The main heading and subtitle. These are borrowed from the race info component that's native to SDK. We use the same title and subtitle things, and what you're going to use those for is for this show all is race intro graphic option here, and it's going to pull up 4 of those 5 panels, not the top 5 one, but the other 4. And this is the perfect way to kick off your race. There are 2 logo containers in the header. You can update those in the CSS, same as you do any other logo for any other component. And this just has those 4 important panels here for you to see. Just super neat. While we're here, we'll call out all of these panels and components are compatible with the CDSN themes add-on. The NBC one has got to be my favorite for this. It just looks so darn good. That blue, white, and yellow. But the others are there if you like the old early 2000s Fox style. Looks like we've got maybe one thing to tweak here on that track info, get the font sizes fitting, but everything else should be dialed in. And again, just a couple other options for your styling, whatever you like. If you're going to Homestead, you're going to throw on that cyberpunk style. Again, if you don't have the CDSN themes add-on, it comes packaged with the results one, but you can also get it just by asking me if you need it. So that's kind of how this is set up. Again, that you can do things in the tower, or you can do it that way. Now, the second remote control panel is if, let's say you're someone like Chris Murphy, he doesn't use the vertical tower. He likes to use that horizontal leaderboard or his own custom ticker. He's not going to be nesting anything inside of the tower. He's going to need it standalone. So there's a standalone version of each of these in this separate remote. Same as all the others. Little bit slightly different size because it doesn't have to squeeze into the tower in the same way, but it's all the same information, all the same formatting and styling. And as I mentioned a little bit earlier, if you're going to use both of these, you don't have to keep the entire thing. You could delete all the manually filled in text boxes and titles and subtitles out of one of them and squeeze those buttons together to save space. The only thing that's different are those 5 buttons here. And again, just a super cool. Shows a lot of information that was already available in one form or another, but just makes it a little more accessible for your viewers. Bigger text, easier to read regardless of whatever resolution you're operating at, whatever quality your audience is getting on their YouTube stream. They're going to be able to read these and kind of keep up with whatever your race narrative is. This one's just really fun and awesome. And again, the last thing I'll mention, this does cannibalize and destroy the native race info component, so you're not going to be able to use that if you're using this, but you are going to have this nice new one right here. Really hope you guys enjoy this one. This one is I think my favorite so far. It's simple. Most of the data is readily available in the plugin environment. If it's not, it's easily entered manually, and I just really like this, and I hope you guys enjoy it.